Jerry's mad at who? What's going on, YouTube? It's your man, Boys Fluff, coming at you with another video. So, it's been a week since the loss, right? A week since the loss, and I've had a live stream ready. I went 30 minutes to this live stream talking about the loss, so you'll see on the BGN Sports Media Network channel, along with Laura's channel, and along with my own channel, see it on Twitter. I'm about to have my live here in a couple hours, but that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about today is the nonsense that I am listening to on Twitter, on YouTube, anywhere that I get social media. I am listening to this nonsense. It is comical to sit here and think. I was listening to, and I don't want to throw out names because it's very dangerous to throw out names like that, but I'm just going to do it. It is what it is, because this is where I was listening to it, and this is where, and then I kept hearing it on Twitter, and I'm not saying it specifically because of these guys, but there's a narrative being pushed that Jerry is upset at Amari Cooper. And I was listening to Okoye, I was listening to Boss Man, I think that's what the name is, and then there was another dude, and then there's a guy that goes by, was it Cowboys Fan Talk or Cowboy? I forget what his name. All I know is that he has blocked me on Twitter because he is a Dak fanboy, and if I speak ill of Dak, I'm a hater, right? I'm a hater, but it is what it is. It's whatever. I don't give a shit, because at the end of the day, I know I'm right about my team. I'm not some dude that's going to come on here and just be positive about the Cowboys, no matter how bad we are, no matter how trash we are. I cannot sit here for the life of me and just say, no, we'll figure it out. We got it. We got talent. We got this. And just name drop a bunch of people, knowing good and well, as a unit, we are complete garbage. I'm not going to sit here and do that. When you come to this channel, you want some real emotion type stuff. You're not going to get from me this cool, calm, and collected, like, oh, I was wrong, and oh, we'll bounce back, and no, you're going to get emotion. You're going to get the truth of what I see out there. I mean, a lot of us out here doing this stuff that get hated on. We get hated on because we speak the actual truth of what we see out there. And then the people that get the gigantic numbers are the guys that fill your head with crap. And because y'all all live in La La Land. You don't face reality. You are, okay. I'm going to shout out my boy Simus, because this is where, look, he has said native, not nation, for so long. He has said 20 percenters and 80 percenters. And it wasn't until this year, literally this year, that I understood what that meant. It is, I had a grasp of what 20 percenters were and what 80 percenters were. I had a grasp on it, right? But it wasn't until I got Twitter, it wasn't until that I actually started doing deep dives and a lot of cowboy video makers, content creators, if you will, that I realized how much 80 percenters are out there that don't want to tell you how it is, that try to push a narrative because of what the media is pushing. Okay? So there is an article. Not an article, I'm sorry. There is talks that Jerry Jones is upset at Amari Cooper. He's upset at Amari Cooper, and from what I'm hearing is that Amari Cooper is going to be traded. Amari Cooper is going to get released. And I put some stock into that, But before I started doing my due diligence, when I finally had time to do my due diligence, because I'm listening to some of these Cowboy fans, and the trend is Jerry is mad at Coop. Coop's gonna be gone, and I could see that happening solely on cap reason purposes, and that is it. That is it. Not because of his play, not because of anything else. But there's a narrative being pushed, not only by certain Cowboy fans that make videos on YouTube, but by the media. Headlines that'll simply say, Jerry is upset at Cooper's play, or whatever the headline may be. But I've read multiple articles on this. And it amazes me. And one of two things is happening here. One of two things. These Cowboy content creators, these 80%ers, these feel-good, positive fucks, I'm sorry, because that's what they are. These fucks that want to say positive, don't want to give you the raw emotion of what the truth is of this team. Because the truth is of this team is that we are a bunch of talent that can't form a cohesive unit to be one on the field. We are a team. We have a overrated offensive coordinator that is being pushed by Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is the biggest mass producer of anything, of anywhere. He makes you believe that our team is something that we're not. But this narrative that is being pushed, it baffles me. People are sitting there saying that Jerry is mad at Coop. But when you sit there and you listen, listen, because he said this on his talk show, on his radio show. And then you go ahead and you read the article, because if you don't have that station, you're going to have to read what he said. And if you clearly see in this article, part of it, right? Part of the article, the headline will say that Jerry's frustrated with Cooper. But if you take a deep dive into this, you will notice that Jerry Jones is not upset at Amari Cooper. He is, in fact, upset at the way Amari Cooper is being used. Go ahead and read it. It is still up here. He is blatantly saying Amari Cooper should at least take up half the field. And the defenders that guard him should honor him. And he should be making catches over the middle easily. But we don't do that. We don't use Cooper that way. Aikman was right. Irvin is right. Run the damn route tree. Run it. Especially when you got guys playing off 7 to 8 yards, 10 yards. Not respecting Amari Cooper. But there's a media push, and it's sad that there's a Cowboy push that is pushing this narrative that Jerry Jones is upset at Amari Cooper. Which furthermore pushes the narrative further that Amari Cooper may not be here. Now, I have said Amari Cooper may not be here next year, not because of his play, but because of the cap situation, right? And then when you take a further deep dive into this, because a lot of people are sitting there saying that Amari Cooper disappears during certain games or big games or whatever the case may be. When you take a closer look, you will see Amari Cooper's targets. You will see Amari Cooper's targets. You will see the kind of catches, the amount of catches he has per the targets that he's getting. And you're going to sit there and ask yourself, well, he's catching these balls at a high rate. Why isn't he getting the ball more? And it's one of two things. It's either Kellen Moore is not scheming correctly, or Dak Prescott is not getting our playmaker the ball. It cannot be both. It cannot be both. So what is it? What is it? Because if it's Dak Prescott not getting the ball to him, which we've seen on film breakdown on a number of occasions, then I'm sorry. Dak is not your guy, and I've said this. A lot of people have said this. And if it's not Kellen Moore scheming Amari Cooper open enough, then it's Amari Cooper. It's one or the other. It can't be both, and it's never both. It is laughable to me to sit here and see what is going on right now. It's crazy. But anyways, guys, that's the video. Leave your thoughts, comments, like, and subscribe to this channel, please. That's all I got. I'm out.